Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unlocking one of the absolute most profound ancient Buddhist texts ever written, Fascicle 18 of the Zhongjing Lu. Compiled by the Chan master Youngming Yanshou over 1,000 years ago, this text systematically dismantles pretty much everything we think we know about reality, space, and consciousness itself. We're going to explore this incredibly deep metaphysical concept that what we perceive as a vast, solid universe is actually something entirely different. To get us started, I want to pose this totally mind-bending question directly to you. What if the entire universe could sit comfortably inside a single speck of dust? I know, it sounds completely impossible to our modern physics-oriented brains, right? But according to the philosophy we're looking at today, this isn't just possible, it's a given. And that's because the external reality you are looking at right now doesn't actually exist out there, it exists entirely within the mind. If your mind is the architect, then the physical boundaries of the universe are just a really, really convincing illusion. Section 1. The universe in mind. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. Look at these mind-bending paradoxes of scale from the source text. It speaks of a single speck of dust containing entire galaxies. We read about the Bodhisattva Manjushri, whose crown literally holds suns, moons, and stars. There's Queen Maya's womb comfortably housing infinite multiverses. And the vast cosmos, fitting perfectly inside a tiny mustard seed. What Master Yansho is demonstrating here is that because the true nature of the mind is infinite and completely empty of fixed boundaries, physical size is just an illusion. Large, small, they're merely concepts painted by our own consciousness. Which brings us to this foundational and honestly super powerful quote right from the text. The mind of sentient beings is the Dharma realm. Now, the Dharma realm is basically the whole shebang. It represents the absolute totality of all reality, all space, and all phenomena. So what the text is telling us here is that if you can just understand that the mind is fundamentally empty of any fixed form, you'll realize the entire universe is simply a manifestation of your own consciousness. Think about it. The universe isn't some giant box you live inside. The universe actually lives inside your mind. Section 2. Realm of Ocean Seal. So you might be wondering, how exactly does the mind hold all of this infinite information simultaneously? Well, the text introduces this breathtaking concept called the Ocean Seal Samadhi. It's defined as a state where a perfectly still mind instantly reflects all of time, space, and phenomena. Just picture a vast, perfectly calm ocean. When there's absolutely no wind, that water acts as a flawless mirror, right? It perfectly reflects the entire sky, the clouds, the stars. In the exact same way, when a pure, unmoving mind achieves this state, it suddenly and completely encompasses all past, present, and future realities in a single infinite thought. It's pretty awe-inspiring. Master Yanshu actually outlines 10 specific characteristics of this ocean reflection. Now, we aren't going to detail every single one right now, but the absolute core takeaway is that this ultimate reflection happens utterly effortlessly. It's vast, it encompasses absolutely everything without rejecting anything, and it is beautifully constant. It happens without any active trying or effort on the part of the mind. Just as a clear mirror doesn't struggle or sweat to cast a reflection, a pure mind effortlessly contains the universe. So the crucial point is understanding why we don't naturally experience this infinite clarity right now in our daily lives. The text contrasts these two states perfectly, the still ocean or clear mirror on one side versus the dusty mirror on the other. As human beings, we don't see the universe clearly because our minds currently operate like that dusty mirror. This reflection is totally obscured by what the text calls conditioned accumulations, our defilements, our ignorant habits, and our deep-seated attachments. The pure reflection is always there, for sure, but it's just blocked by layers and layers of mental dust. Section 3. The Painter of Destiny. This leads us directly into the text's most vivid and relatable analogy. It explains that consciousness is not just some passive mirror, catching whatever flies by. It is an incredibly active creator. The mind and our karma act as a master painter, actively constructing all realms of existence. We are literally using the colors of our daily emotions, our choices, and our actions to paint the canvas of our physical reality. The world you're walking through right now, that is the artwork your own mind has continuously painted. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the text maps out our specific psychological states to the exact metaphysical realms they construct. White, representing purity and virtue, paints the heaven or higher human realms. But red represents passion and desire, constructing the typical human realm of always wanting more, more, more. Yellow is ignorance and mutual harm, painting the animal realm. Gray represents jealousy and darkness, painting the hungry ghost realm. You might experience a mini version of that when you're enviously doom-scrolling through your neighbor's vacation photos. And black, representing evil karma, paints the realm of hell. You are quite literally coloring the architecture of your own destiny. Section 4. Dreamlike reality. Let's move to a dramatic narrative from the text and see how this builds into something super practical. We meet a monk named Wu Guoguang, who tragically breaks his vows after being targeted by a magic spell. Consumed by this crushing guilt, he's utterly terrified he is destined for hell. But in the depths of his despair, he meets the Buddha, who asks him a really profound question. Did you feel the sin while dreaming? The monk suddenly realizes that whether awake or dreaming, all reality is a mental projection. The sin itself is empty. Realizing the world is essentially a hologram instantly saved him from complete despair. Following that story, the text delivers this profound question asked by the Buddha. If phenomena are unproduced, is there extinction, bondage, or liberation? If you realize that the mind creates the illusion of reality from the ground up, then the chains that you think are binding you are equally illusory. Actually, scratch that. It's more like there are no chains at all. There is no real physical hell to fall into if the mind simply awakens to its own empty, luminous nature. You are only bound by the dream as long as you believe the dream is real. Section 5. Awakening the light. So you might be asking, how do we actively achieve this realization? Well, the text offers this ultimate, stunning revelation. The Buddhas do not travel to us. External saviors or ultimate realities do not move through physical space to reach us. Instead, when our mental mirror is finally polished and purified of all that dust we talked about, the truth naturally appears as a reflection. The enlightenment is already there. It's literally just a matter of cleaning the mirrors so the light can be seen. To help us practically apply this in our lives, Master Yan Shuo summarizes the experience of reality using 4 beautifully vivid metaphors. 1. A dream. Reality is born solely from thought, dissolving the second you wake up. 2. A water shadow. The world is just a reflection cast upon the pure surface of the mind. 3. An illusion. Life is like a magical projection with absolutely no solid core. And 4. An echo. Our daily experiences are simply the cosmic resonance of our own karmic actions, bouncing right back to us. This is such a magnificent framework to completely reframe how we encounter our daily experience. This incredible ancient wisdom shows us that we are not passive little observers living inside a massive universe. The universe is an active reflection living inside us. We hold the brush. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. If your mind is the ultimate painter of your reality, what masterpiece will you choose to paint today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep your mirrors polished, and I'll see you next time.